And to help us understand, we've got some really interesting excerpts from an interview with Ryan, the co-founder and CEO of QuantVPS.
Okay.
And what really stood out to me right off the bat was his background.
Yeah.
He's not just like a tech guy who decided to dip his toes into finance. He's been deep in both worlds for a while.
Mm-hmm.
And he's got this specific experience in futures trading within the CME group exchanges.
Oh, wow. So he's actually been in the trenches.
Yeah, exactly. And it sounds like it was actually his own frustrations with the existing options out there that led him to create QuantVPS.
You know, it's funny. Those are often the best solutions, right?
Yeah.
When someone's like, I've lived this problem and there's got to be a better way.
Absolutely. So let's get into it. What was it specifically that Ryan found so frustrating about the generic VPS providers out there?
Well, he talks a lot about how they just weren't cutting it for serious CME futures traders.
Okay.
Like they weren't built with the things that those traders need most.
And what are those things? What was he hitting up against?
He kept coming back to latency.
Like ultra low latency being absolutely crucial.
Right. Milliseconds matter.
Yeah, exactly. And not just having fast servers, but being physically close to the CME servers in Chicago.
Right, because the closer you are, the less distance the data has to travel.
Exactly. And when you're trading in markets where things move so fast, those milliseconds can make or break you.
Absolutely. And he wasn't just talking about any CME trader, though, right?
No, he had a very specific type in mind.
Right.
He specifically mentioned traders who are running automated strategies, especially those trading like the ES and the NQ.
Okay. The E-mini S&P 500 and the NASDAQ Q100.
Yeah, exactly. Those are like the big boys.
Yeah. Super liquid, incredibly fast-moving market.
Yeah. So even the tiniest edge can make a big difference there.
So it sounds like the core idea behind QuantVPS is to give those specific futures traders a genuine tech advantage.
Yeah. It's not just about having a server somewhere. It's about having a server that's specifically engineered for these high-performance CME strategies. Exactly.
Yeah.
So in a crowded market full of VPS providers, what are the key things that actually set QuantVPS apart?
Well, first and foremost, it's that focus.
Okay.
That laser focus on futures traders in the CME. They're not trying to be everything to everyone. They're like, this is our lane and we're going to be the best at it.
I like that.
And because of that focus, their entire infrastructure is built specifically for the demands of those markets.
Right.
Like trading the ES and the NQ.
So we keep coming back to this idea of latency. How do they actually achieve that sub-millisecond connection to the CME servers?
They've got a few tricks up their sleeve.
Okay.
First of all, they're using some seriously powerful hardware.
Like what kind of stuff?
Ryan specifically mentioned AMD EPYC processors and DDR4 RAM.
Okay, so top of the line stuff.
Yeah, the best of the best. But it's not just about the hardware. They're also using something called direct network peering with the CME.